Hey everybody, Seanymous and B-Rye here.
No.
Today, we're going to talk about the top 5 games of 2016. Alright, first up, we're going to start out with honorable mentions. These are 2 that each of us have picked out. Sean chose 2, I chose 2. Games that didn't reach the top 5, but we felt necessary to include. So, Sean, what's your 2 honorable mentions?
My 2 honorable mentions are Enter the Gungeon and Overwatch.
That one's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, I like Enter the Gungeon. It's just it's a dungeon crawler, just ridiculous. You're battling guns with guns, basically.
Yeah.
The enemies are guns, literally guns. Some of the enemies are bullets, and you're shooting them, and that's how you beat them. And you avoid all the bad guys in similar ways to what Galaga, just avoiding gunfire in there, things like that. It just harkens back to some of the other games I used to play when I was little. That's why I like that. Overwatch, I'm not a big multiplayer game, but this one was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They added up. They change things up every so often to keep you interested in the game, like
Lucio Ball,
which is basically Rocket League.
Yeah.
And they'll have Halloween costumes, Christmas costumes.
Those are pretty cool. I like the look of them.
And then they'll have specialty matches where it's who's better, Hanzo or Reaper? And you'd only choose between those 2 characters and things like that. It was a really fun game. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, we had some pretty good times with it.
Yep. What are your 2 honorable mentions?
Now, my 2 honorable mentions, first is Mother Russia Bleeds. It's one that we haven't completed yet, but so far it's been pretty fun. It's like for you, Mother Russia Bleeds. It harkens back to a lot of side scroller beat 'em ups.
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles, Streets of Rage, Fighting Force, Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. Things like that. You just
other Ninja Turtles games.
Yeah. Turtles in Manhattan.
Everyone but the first
Turtles
one.
In Time. So yeah, it was so much fun. Plus, it's so gory. God, that club level is freaky.
Yeah.
So that goes on my honorable mentions. The other one is Destiny. And no, it didn't come out in 2016, but Rise of Iron did.
Yeah.
And I started playing Destiny when it first came out. It was one of those games I was really excited about. Beat the Vault of Glass, waited for the next expansion to come out for The Dark Below, and was disappointed a little bit.
Yeah.
It just wasn't that much content. It was just they were trying, but it just wasn't enough to keep me. So by the time the next expansion came out, I was like, House of Wolves. I was like, nah, I didn't really play that. And kind of dropped off from then. But once I saw Rise of Iron, it brought me back to it. And I got to play that, and it was a lot of fun. I didn't get to do the raid for Rise of Iron just because it's hard to find that time and dedication to get into it with people that you know. And there's not a lot of people that I know that still play Destiny, so far I didn't get to do that. But I had a lot of fun getting to play that this year.
Yeah, we're both adults, late 20s, early 30s, somewhere in there. I'm not going to say which.
Yeah.
Early 30s mostly, but but it's hard to find time with other people that we're friends with who are also the same age.
Yeah, that play the same games.
That play the same games that we do. And they're available to play on the particular time that we're available to play.
Right.
We're adults. We have our own lives. We got other jobs.
Yeah, this is actually our
families.
Second job. We got full-time jobs, so this is our
hobby,
Our hobby, yeah. It's not yet a job, as in we earn income, but it is something that we like to do on the side.
I think we've earned 5 cents so far, which is pretty good.
Actually, I last looked, it was 47 cents.
Wow.
Yeah, we're getting up there.
We got to split that in half, so we almost get a quarter each.
Yeah.
We'd almost get a gumball from Walmart.
Yeah. Get a try in the claw machine. The crappy claw machine, not the good claw machine.
The one where you get a guaranteed win, but you're only going to win like a Tootsie Roll?
Yeah. Yeah. So, let's start the top 5. Number 5, Seanymous, what you got?
My fifth favorite game this year was Doom.
Yeah?
Yep. I haven't beaten it yet. I played a lot of it. I got kind of distracted.
Mm-hmm.
But it's such a fun game.
It looks like a lot of fun. It's
Yeah.
one of the ones on my backlog of ones that I need to play. I have yet to play that yet.
The best way to describe it is it's Doom. You say that, I mean, you describe other games, it's like, oh yeah, it's Destiny. And sometimes when you say things like that, you're putting down the game.
Yeah.
Not with Doom.
Mm-hmm.
This is Doom. This is what you wanted it to be. I mean, just from the visuals. I mean, it's a visually beautiful game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even though you're running around in hell,
Yeah.
it's amazing to look at.
It's a beautiful hell.
Yeah, but it's visually awesome. The sound, the music that they got in there is awesome. And the shooting mechanics, it's what it needs to be.
Okay.
It's a great game. I got overlooked a little bit because it took so long for another Doom to come out. And
Yeah.
past Doom games haven't been as good.
And I'm glad I didn't go the route of Duke Nukem, where we're waiting so long for a new one to come out, and then it falls flat on its face.
Yeah, Duke Nukem, for better or worse, was Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
Doom was Doom, and that made it good.
Nice. So for my number 5, I chose XCOM 2.
Good game.
Yeah, we've been playing it here on the channel. It's been a lot of fun playing that, and just the fact that you can customize your own characters, give them even background histories,
We need to get
everything
better
like
at
that. Yeah, we need to get better with that. But we've had a lot of fun with it. It's funny just to sit there and have all these scenarios plotted out and try to see if you can survive. So yeah, that one was a lot of fun.
And it's a game I don't know if we could ever truly beat.
No.
Because
Oh.
it's like a 50-hour some odd game you put
Yeah.
into it. I mean, you could put however much you want into that game.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to put 2 hours in that game, you can put 2 hours in it. If you want to put 100 hours in that game, you can put 100 hours.
Yeah. Especially if you want to build up your base, get all the trophies, get the platinum. I don't think that's a platinum we're gonna get.
No.
But it's been a lot of fun. All right, number 4.
My number 4 game is Overcooked.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a fun little stupid couch co-op game.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you watch people play that game and you're like, why are they having fun?
Yeah.
It looks so stupid. They're just making hamburgers and soups and they're just yelling at each other.
Yeah.
But it's so much fun. It tests your friendship
Yeah.
because
We had a couple arguments.
yes,
Especially on that ghost level where the lights go out and the platforms move. There was some heated discussions of how each of us should operate our zones, our sectors.
yes, but it's just a fun little co-op game. If you can control your temper enough, it's probably a good family game.
Mm-hmm.
That's meant to be played with other people on a couch.
My number 4, I actually chose re-release as one of my top 5, and that's the Ezio collection for Assassin's Creed. And just because I started with Assassin's Creed 2, because that's where Ezio's story starts, and I remember playing a little bit a while back when Assassin's Creed 2 first came out around that time, but going back and sitting here and playing it, it's been a lot of fun. I like those climb up the walls and open world things.
Mm-hmm.
Those are a lot of fun, especially when there's collectibles to go search. Because I like getting platinums on games, and this is one of those ones where like, oh, you collect all the stuff, you get this trophy, you get the platinum, and that's my goal is to get the platinum for all 3 Ezio games on here.
Yeah, that Ezio collection collects probably the 3
best Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah. Not that other ones are bad. There are bad ones. But these are probably the best.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, number 3. What you got?
Number 3, I think is the same game.
Same for both of us.
Same for both of us.
Job Simulator.
Job Simulator. It's a VR game. Just came out for PlayStation VR. Man, it's just stupid, silly fun.
Yeah. We actually got to do a Let's Play in that soon. Do a
Yeah.
play couch episode on that. But we have actually played it without taping because we just wanted to have fun and not
Yeah.
have to worry about dialogue or anything.
Oh,
Test
yeah.
out the limits. Did some cooking. Did some
Yeah.
auto mechanics. Even my 8-year-old son was playing it with us.
Yeah.
Um,
It's just a blast, and there's other games that you play, and you got to kind of stop playing after a while because you get a little dizzy or your
Yeah.
eyes are a little sore just because you got like a TV screen right in front of your face.
mhm.
But this game, I can play it for a couple hours and I feel perfectly fine
Oh yeah.
afterwards.
I didn't like watching other people play it online. You're like, oh, that looks pretty fun. Once you strap on the headset and you're actually playing the game, you're like, oh my god, this is really immersive. Like you could really
Yeah.
look everywhere. It's not just a flat screen that you're just moving the camera on. It's it's indescribable if you haven't done VR yet.
Yeah,
This is definitely the best VR game this year, in our opinion.
Yeah.
But definitely, for both of us, the third best game this year.
Yeah, it's just stupid, silly fun.
What's your number 2?
My number 2 is a game that actually came out on mobile a little while back, but it came out for PS4 this year. It's PacMan 256. I'm a sucker for
yeah.
PacMan. And this is just like an endless runner with Pac-Man.
With that glitch wall running after you
Yeah,
at the bottom.
just to keep you going forward.
Yep.
But I love Pac-Man. Pac-Man, it's one of the first games I've ever played. First games a lot of people have ever played.
My first time playing Pac-Man was in a Pizza Hut.
Yep. That's where everybody plays Pac-Man.
Yeah.
That's where it existed for the first 5 years.
Yep.
But love Pac-Man. This is a lot of fun. It's just mindless game. You can just jump in whenever. It loads up quick and everything, and it plays smooth. And it's got different skins. It looks like you make it look like it did when it first came out. It's got newer graphics, and it's got some other graphics that are kind of dumb because you can't tell what other things are. But
Yeah.
I spent so many hours playing this just because I love Pac-Man.
Yeah. And it's straightforward too. It's just it's the perfect game to sit down, and you don't have to sit here and immerse yourself in a story or remember what your last checkpoint was. You just go.
Yeah, if you're just like, oh man, I only got 5 minutes, you could play this in 5 minutes and be perfectly okay with it.
All right, my number 2. I'm actually gonna say it's Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go.
Yeah, even though it's a mobile game, simply because my son and I play this every day. Just about. We make sure we get our one Pokestop of the day, or we at least get the one catch of the day to get the bonuses.
Yep.
Just filling the Pokédex. And my son, he's 8 years old, so he's really into Pokemon right now. So yeah, we're excited to climb in the car and go hit up parks or go downtown and just see what we can find. And it gives us an opportunity to get out of the house and just spend time together.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. As a Pokemon fan, it wasn't my favorite game. It was kind of disappointing for me, but I also don't have a kid aspect to it, so.
The best thing too is, especially here in Wyoming winter, the wind and the cold really, as a combo, really can limit you to outside activities to about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's especially really cool when you have a kid old enough to sit there and spin Pokestops and catch Pokemon there in your passenger seat as you're driving downtown. So you can cover as much area as possible, and you're not playing and driving. You're just doing the driving. They're doing the playing, and it's pretty fun that way.
Yeah.
And you don't have to sit there and freeze your ass off outside.
Yeah.
So let's get down to it.
All right.
Top game, number 1 spot of 2016, and we both have the same game.
Yep. Uncharted 4.
Now, for every PlayStation fan, most PlayStation fans, I should say, are familiar with Uncharted series.
Yep.
And the first Uncharted that came out, a lot of fun. At first, it looked like a Tomb Raider clone, just swap genders and whatever. But then you get into the story. You hear Nolan North do the voice of Nathan Drake.
Yep.
All the little jokes and quips and things that he's got. And the other characters, too. Sully, even the bad guys. The bad guys have such personality.
Yeah. I think originally it was only going to be a Tomb Raider
Yeah.
clone. Then it actually did well. So like, oh, well.
And then 2 came out.
Yep.
They did 2. Oh, my God. And the train part with 2 was
Amazing.
amazing. When you wake up and you have to climb up that train before it goes over the hill.
Yeah.
That's when I knew how great of a series this could be.
Yeah. It's like Tarantino-esque, too, because it's like that part happens like, what, 3/4 into the game?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even just halfway.
Yeah.
But you start there, you do your thing, get out of the train, and then you start the game to get up to that point.
Yeah.
And then you go further.
You get to 3.
Then you get 3.
Even more stuff in there. And then you get to Uncharted 4.
Yes.
And then...
This is also... Not only is my favorite game of the year, it's my favorite Uncharted.
Yeah. It was such a good game. Some people argue it's the same stuff, but that's why it's so great. It knows what it is, and it plays it to a T.
Star Wars does the same stuff.
Yeah. But just to see where Nathan Drake goes from there, just to see...
I think it's the end of Nathan Drake.
Yeah, how the characters just grow as time goes by. It's cool to check in on them and see where they are, a year from now, 5 years from now, and everything like that. And we won't spoil anything, but the ending of the game, if you don't have a tear running down your cheek at the end of the very end of the game, you're a monster. You're an emotionless monster.
Yes.
Because it's so great when you get to that part and you can see an ending like that you put down your controller and you feel satisfied inside. Yeah. It's not like, oh, really? They ended it there?
Yeah.
It's, damn, that's awesome.
Yeah. But it's like, story-wise, one of the best stories in a game.
Yeah.
Visually, one of the best visual games you'll ever see.
I had a hard time putting the game down, my first playthrough, because I wanted to keep going just to see, where we were going next. And especially because you're going to find pirate treasure, too. That's kind of fun. But I wanted to see what was going to happen next.
Yeah.
So that's why that should be, that is Dogfall's Game of the Year for 2016.
Yep.
So, thank you for joining us, listening to us talk about our top 5 games of the year. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Y'all have a good one.
Bye.